Thanks for this comment because now it gives me a reason to talk about H. pylori, what it is, where it comes from, and potential ways to get it diagnosed, treated, or identified in your body, and some symptoms maybe that are associated with H. pylori. My name is Lauren. I'm also getting my PhD in nutritional sciences. I make a lot of videos about IBS and IBS related issues because I myself have struggled with it since I was a child, really, but now I just like to educate people about it because it doesn't have to be as scary or as intimidating as it is. Okay, so what is H. pylori? I'm going to put a picture actually right here. H. pylori is a bacteria that's very common. Lots of people have it. Human beings, we always have little bacteria going everywhere in our bodies. That would be impossible to never have any bacteria. In fact, our body still needs it. That's why we have probiotics and people take them. That's why people take prebiotics to feed their probiotics. However, when any bacteria gets out of whack in your body, it can cause some issues. H. pylori is one of those bacteria that, if overgrown, can cause things like stomach ulcers, duodenal ulcers, or really just stomach upset, gastritis, which is inflammation of your gastric tract. That's a really bad way to put that. Your upper abdomen, like your digestive tract, can be inflamed. It can cause heartburn. It can also cause acid reflux. Any of those symptoms, which I will put the symptom thing right here, could be due to H. pylori. Now, how would one diagnose this or find out if they have it? So there are a few ways for you to diagnose H. pylori. One of the most common ways, and one of the ways that I have had done on me, is an endoscopy. I'll put a picture here. Endoscopies are very common procedures. They don't really take that long. In the United States, they usually put you under, so you'll have anesthesia for that. They don't hurt because you're asleep for them. I had one done and my throat just kind of hurt afterwards, but it's because they're putting a little tiny camera down your digestive tract, starting with your mouth, so that they can see what your digestive tract looks like. When they see H. pylori or they diagnose it, there's a few ways they can do that. Obviously through pictures with the camera. If they see it looking inflamed or something's going on, most of the time they can order a test to see if it's H. pylori or not, or if it's something else. But usually if they see inflammation or redness, I feel like a lot of GI doctors tend to assume H. pylori because it's so common. Another way that you can diagnose H. pylori is through a stool sample or a stool test. These can be done depending on the doctor or GI doctor you go to. They may order a stool sample. I had a stool sample done from a naturopath and also a GI doctor, and they can pick up and account for different things. Also, depending on your insurance, the stool test could be less or more expensive. All depends. Like I said, H. pylori is very common amongst a lot of people. It can come from really anything, but what is really important to manage H. pylori as you're going forward, if you find out you have it, is one, meeting with your GI doctor, potentially meeting with a dietitian if you have those resources at your disposal. I'm sure a lot of people would recommend probiotics. You could go down that route, but they are very expensive. I like to just recommend as much nutrient dense and variable fruits and vegetables as you can have them, because that is also going to help build up natural gut flora that can help to fight off the bad bacteria such as H. pylori. And of course, meeting with your doctor. There's a lot of ways that people also treat H. pylori, which can include, wow, I'm forgetting the inhibitor's name. Please hold. Goodness, proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, which your doctor can prescribe. There's also some over-the-counter methods. Like, for example, Prilosec OTC is one that people often get told to take because it can also help with acid reflux. So usually if you are diagnosed with having H. pylori, your doctors will do a few different things to manage it, including putting you on a PPI, also giving you antibiotics to help kill the bad bacteria. Both those together are part of the therapies that can help to prevent H. pylori symptoms and also kill it, hopefully, and have it to stop being overgrown and bother you so much. And also, I do want to say, a lot of these symptoms are very common. And though it could be H. pylori, it may not always be H. pylori. So I would recommend not going and choosing to self-treat just because you think it's something. If you have access to getting a diagnosis from a doctor or speaking with a GI doctor, even a dietitian or NP, PA, whoever you can get access to, do that first, because it would not be fun to treat something if that's not what it is. Our bodies are very complex, and one way to treat something like H. pylori may not be the way to treat another issue. If H. pylori can get out of whack, it could cause issues like I mentioned, stomach ulcers. So it is something to take into account, get checked, talk to your doctor, and also do your own research, like watching this video. Have a great day. Bye.